Hello and welcome to this video on pricing strategies. Wow, what a bike. This would make the dream birthday present for me, but I think it's quite an unrealistic ambition because of the price. 10,000 euros? Unbelievable. In this video, we're going to look at how do they come up with this price, 10,905. What are the factors that businesses take into account when setting prices and different strategies that they might use? So by the end of this video, we should be able to define price and pricing strategy, explain the difference between two strategies, price skimming and price penetration, and look at the pros and cons of these strategies. So let's start off with some definitions. Price is the amount paid by a customer or consumer for a product or service. Pricing strategies are the methods that an organization will use to price a product in order to meet their marketing objectives, so things like sales targets and market share. Let's make sure we have both these definitions down. Now we need to know about 7 different types of pricing strategy. 2 are associated with new products and the other 5 are normally associated with existing products. And in this video, we're going to look at our 2 on the left-hand side. So let's start off with price skimming. A price skimming strategy is where a business sets a high initial price for a new product. And they do that in order to recoup or recover high research and development costs. So if a product has been quite expensive to develop, taken a lot of time and effort, then we want to have a high initial price to try and recover some of those costs. And this all involves targeting a segment of the market known as early adopters. Those people who are super keen to get these products and are prepared to pay a high price. And once we've skimmed off these people who are prepared to pay a high price, then we can start to lower the price to widen our target market. A good example would be technology companies. So companies like Apple and Samsung, they have a lot of research and development costs in developing their products. And there's also a lot of people who are very excited about their products, really keen to get them, early adopters. And so what Samsung and Apple can do is when they first bring out a product, have a very high price, and only those people who are prepared to pay the high price will pay it. They can skim off the money from those people and then slowly reduce the price over time so that it becomes more accessible to more people. What are the disadvantages and disadvantages of this approach? Well, advantages can generate high level of revenue before competitors arrive, so just as the product is new. Helps to cover the product development costs. And demand tends to be quite unresponsive or price inelastic if you're an economist with the early adopters. Some disadvantages. Sales are likely to be low at the early stages of this product's life because it's not had time to gain much traction in the market. Can lead to high unit costs initially. And the high price can attract competitors. People might think, oh, this is a very good market to be in if we can get away with charging those prices. So this is most appropriate where the products are innovative. So things like technology or have quite a short lifespan. Or if competition can be expected in the future. Let's move on to our second type of new product pricing, and that is called penetration pricing. And this is where a business sets a low initial price for a new product. And they would do this in order to get a foothold in the market and gain market share. So once the product has been launched, the customer base has been built up through that initial low price. The firm can eventually raise the price once they've got a lot of loyal customers in place. So this might be a suitable pricing strategy for entering into a mass market. So for example, a lot of new products occasionally have a low initial price to try and attract customers. For example, a new range of biscuits. And then once people go, these are nice biscuits, and they're used to buying them, then they might start to put their prices up. Let's have a look at some advantages and disadvantages of penetration pricing. Well, on the advantage side, a low price may attract high sales, initially, especially among low-income customers. High volumes can enable the business to gain economies of scale, so they're dealing in large numbers of units, They might be able to make bulk orders and get cheaper unit costs. Applies pressure to rivals to do the same. Disadvantages: the brand may be perceived as low quality if you're going in with a low price. If customers are very price sensitive, when you start to raise prices, you might lose a lot of demand. And this is most appropriate where similar products already exist and the business needs to set a low price in order to gain market share, where producers have a low cost base, so it's not that expensive to produce already. So in this video, we've looked at price and pricing strategy and looked at our first two: price skimming and market penetration. We've also looked at the pros and cons of these strategies. That's it. Thank you for listening.